Every morning, in the heavy traffic of the streets and the squares of the city, we can see a crowd of small pedestrians, little boys and little girls, wearing their white and blue aprons, looking very neat, holding their books on their arms, noisy and gay, go to school. The fascist school starts with a military punctuality. The children like it to attend it, because even the most dry subjects are taught there in an interesting way. The pupil feels that he is an object of special care on the part of the government, which has everything tried for the renewal of the youth and the physical and moral health of the race. Fascist school, cheerful and smiling, where the first thought of the day goes to the Almighty God, followed by an act of homage to the memory of those who sacrificed their lives for the country. To those, the schoolrooms are dedicated. Fascist school, where the year starts under the emblem of the country with a simple but significant ceremony, to hoist the flag. Mussolini's credo, credere, obbedire, combattere, to believe, to obey, to fight, which is gone into the spirit of the nation, has permeated also the fascist school. The most modern educational methods are applied there.
Vedi Maria, bisogna seguire meglio il disegno, il punto è troppo lungo, guarda come faccio io.
Since the very first steps on the way of learning, the little pupils are guided and instructed with an intelligent care and a special interest put on their personal attitude. To the mothers of tomorrow are taught those things which will make them good housekeepers. From their spontaneous grace and distinctive diligence put in the household affairs, we can see how excellent the method applied must be. The fascist education is essentially practical.
20 grammi. Io ne voglio 200 grammi. 1 lira, 6 servito. Calcolo dentro.
Special care is given to the handicapped.
Il
The
nome
deaf
della
mute
tua mamma?
are put in
Maria
condition
Fidelina.
so that they can speak.
E cosa è questo? La, pa, la. E questo? Se, se. Bravo. E tu? In piedi. Che cosa è questo? La, a, la. Attenzione, dammi tutti questi.
The feeble-minded are instructed in those activities which seem to be more similar to their attitudes. After a comparative examination has been made on their reactions, according to the method of the Italian Professor De Sanctis, who ranks these subjects according to their intellectual and mnemonic capacities. Very often among these subjects we find very good artisans, while with a good practice they always succeed in doing with a certain ability such things as carving, engraving leather, painting ceramics, xylography. For the most part they become carpenters, others bookbinders, making the books which will be given as a prize to the best pupils in the school.
Ecco il premio. Grazie. Anche a te. Bella questa. Ed ora faremo un esperimento col tronco di piramide. State attenti, e ora passeremo alla dimostrazione pratica.
Here is how the pupils are interested in the problems of geometry. And here is a lesson with the Marine's compass, which is a real fun, besides being a good teaching.
Io sono il nord. Io sono lei. Io sono l'ovest.
Mens sana in corpore sano. A healthy mind in a healthy body is a monition that we have been repeating for centuries, but since the times of Rome it had been often forgotten or misinterpreted. In the Fascist school, the education of the body is of most importance, having as a result the healthy and vigorous youth that you see. To a good exercise follows a good swim. The body hygiene as a necessary condition for a good health is very carefully watched, and the education to it is started from a very early age. Even the youngest ones learn that they must have their hands and ears clean before eating at table. The older ones set the table and supply the flowers. In the clean, shining kitchen, the food is prepared, full of vitamins and substantious. Then brought to the table, where you see these children eating with a good appetite, and be careful, a moment of inattention can cost a beautiful cherry. The younger take their usual after-lunch rest, while the older ones get busy to set the bed with a motherly care, but sometimes partial to their favorite doll. These precious young lives are kept under constant medical care. All the pupils are compelled to regular visits of a physician. Every constitutional or acquired disease leads to an immediate remedy, which goes from the inhalation to the corroborant treatment of the sun rays, or even the open-air school, where a blue sky substitutes the ceiling of the schoolroom and the weaker children can get the benefit of a day in the open air. Study in the open air, in a green background, is undoubtedly very healthy and enjoyable. But even to those who study in a schoolroom, isn't denied the pleasure of an instructive walk to the zoo. Or in the parks of one of the large villas, where the little pupils can admire and learn of all the artistic masterspaces that the Italian genius has spread out all over the peninsula. Even if a little one is momentarily handicapped in his legs, he can just the same enjoy what the others do, and go to the woods in an automobile, where his fellows will drive him through the shady alleys. And the promenade can end in a surprise, running into a marionette player. The Fascist school promotes an interest for the theater, opening to the more gifted students classes in acting. The feeling of rhythm is educated in dance classes for an harmonious development of the body. also exercised in the melodious notes of the school singing. Our present times makes it necessary a good military training for every nation who wants to be strong and prepared to every event. That is why, in the laboratories of physics and chemistry, the attention of the little students is brought on the functionizing of the instruments of modern war. At the same time, they are trained to the use of anti-gas masks.
Attenzione, attenzione, le classi sono avvertite che al termine delle lezioni sarà proiettato a tutti gli alunni un programma documentario dell'attività del regime nell'impero.
In this pleasant and educational way, the day of the fascist pupils ends. The young audience is taken now to the distant and beautiful land of the African Empire, where other little pupils already benefit of the fascist education, and an entire population is brought to civilization under the sign of the Littorio.
Uno dei luoghi di ritrovo preferiti dagli indigeni nell'anno secondo dell'impero è la scuola. Vi accorrono non solo le giovani generazioni che il fascismo custodisce, educa e inquadra nei suoi ranghi, ma anche gli ex-schiavi del regime negussita e gli anziani che sembrano tutti ansiosi di mettersi al passo con il nuovo lievito di vita che dinamizza il paese risvegliandolo dal suo millenario letargo e di abbeverarsi alla luce del sapere e della equanime legge di giustizia, per cui Roma è sempre stata maestra alle genti.